Okay. So I'm audible clearly. Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So we have seen, request dispatcher. What is the use of request dispatcher? When you want to go from, one page to another page, and you want to carry the data also. So what you are doing in request, you are doing request dot set attribute, and you are putting your data in a map, and then you use request dispatcher to jump to that page. So there was we use forward method. You have already seen. Just like that, there is one more method, include method. So what is the use of include method? If you read this, uh, you know, one and our resources, SRC, things, before watch factorial servlet. So this is where content, and this is your factorial dot html, and it region dot jsp. So factorial dot html, run it. Move on, finish. So this is your, very first page. So Windows 23, let's see what is happening, whatever. Pen, and here basic, so control C, control Z. So this one is something like, so now is your very first page, and let us move forward. And you are writing here something like 7. So what happened? Okay, so we got this one. Just paste this one also. Control C, control Z. So you got this one. When you entered here, what? When you entered here, 7. Fine. What happened in between? See, this one is from where? Please tell me. What is the name of this JSP? This is HTML. This is hack.html. You already know. This is your result.jsp. Fine. Result.jsp. But in between, there was a servlet. Mm, Here, if you see, there is a servlet. And what servlet? Not only So in between there is a sublet here. What is the sublet? This is my sublet. Calculated the factorial here, from here to here. Control C, control V. Now, what happens? The control is going here, and see, this one is sending you immediately to this page with carrying what? This data. Since you have written factorial dot fact, sorry, this is key and this is corresponding value. So this one is going to be available. If you write this one, you'll be getting what? You'll be getting whatever the result. Now, what I want, I don't want to go to some other page. I want to include the, you know, see what I want. I want to print this one by this sublet. The result is something, 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 and I want to include this one. What's my aim? My aim is what I want. Control Z. This one is as it is. Control C, and I want this one, and before that, what I want. This one I don't want anything here. This is blank, and I want my result to be appeared here. Okay? But the factorial is what 5040, for example, 5040, something else. Means the same page I want. Okay, this one. Okay, I want to go to the same page, and the result should be appeared here. So see, a little bit different approach. First of all, I am printing. See, this is only one line. The factorial is 5010. So what I will do here, I will write first of all, comment on this one. Okay, I am not going to another page. Remember, here I am going to another page, but what I am going to do, I am going to include this HTML in servlet. So this servlet is going to print this part, and this servlet is going to include this. Now, so first of all, this servlet is printing the factorial is 5040. So here, print what? How to print? Please tell me. If you want to print the factorial is 5040, how you can print? Do you remember?
Response dot get writer.
Dot
Get attribute of factorial.
no.
Get writer.
Yes, get writer. The request dot get writer. Okay.
Print line, yeah.
Yes, dot print line. Okay. And here simply you can write the factorial is, the factorial is what? The factorial is, you already know, plus I can write here. What is the result? Fact. Fine. You can write like this. So first of all, this line will be printed. And now what I'm going to do? This line I'm going to see. I want to if you want to include this page in your result, or if you want to jump here, what you can do, first of all, you needed a link of it. How you get the link? By using request dispatcher. So see, I have already request dispatcher, but this is a request dispatcher of result.js. Since I want to go to result.js, but now I need a request dispatcher of what? Hack.html. Since I want to include, so I want to get a link of. Okay, so Control C, and you need to do it here. Okay, and in place of result.jsp, what you need to write here? The one is a small concept, but here is I want to include what? Hack.st, right? So I will get a link of this. This is hack.html. Now I want to include this. This one and this one are both the same thing. Okay, actually, I want to include this. So what I will do? I want to include here in the result of this one. So I will write here, I have a link RD dot what? Include. Include. And here I can write what? You already know, the request request, and here I can write response. Request. Got the concept? What I told, what I'm going to do first of all. Previous things, I'm going to comment. I'm going forward. Now, what I'm going to write here, you don't need to write this request dot only you need to write request dot get writer, okay, dot println. So request dot get.
Response.
Hello, someone is asking something.
Yeah, is it request or is it response?
Request dot get writer. Let us take this. Response or request? I think response. You're right. Get. Is there any get writer? We don't need to remember. Here I think it's the response. RESPONS, response dot get oh, so you can see here response just right. Response dot get writer what? Dot print ln, and I am writing here the factorial is what? The factorial is whatever the result. So what is the result? It's hack. Write it. Fine. Now separately I am getting a link of the page I want to include. Control C, Control C, and here I'm going to write what page I want to include.
Factorial.html.
Factorial.html. factorial dot html. Fine. And next, I want to include this. So rd dot include what? Rd dot include request and resource, whatever. Like rd dot forward, we did need to do. Now, let us try to go back here, refresh this page. Here, write something 6. Can you see this? The factorial is 720, enter the number 1, 5. If you write 5, so here is result you are getting on the same page. So if you are writing 9, you are getting. See, one thing if you realize, I'm avoiding decoration part. Okay, so that part, when you are getting time, you can do that by learning more HTML. Okay, so you can decorate it, bold it. Okay, you can give some gap. So I'm not concentrating on that part. So you got, you got the use of this one include method. So one method is forward. In forward, you are going to some other page with carrying the result. In include, you are not going anywhere. You are including some other page in your result. So, okay, fine.
Hello, sir. This is Sisab.
Yes.
Uh, so, which is good practice? Is it good practice to include everything in the uh, factory of the servlet or a separate JSP?
Uh, if it's, this is not a good practice, first of all. Normally, most of the time, you are doing this. Are you getting me? Forward, you are going to some other place.
Y yes.
Normally, you are not doing it. Okay. But see, but Java is providing a lot of flexibility. Okay. If in some situation, if you want to use it, okay, uh, so a little bit you can use it. If here you just want to print factorial is this and so it's not going to create any. So on larger scale, you are not supposed to use such type of thing. On a smaller scale, you can use it. But
Yeah,
this
makes
one is.
sense. Thank you.
So now, if you read it, okay, whatever the actual thing I told. Now, if you try to read it, that is written. The request dispatcher interface provides the facility of dispatching the request to another source. Resource, it may be HTML, servlet, or JSP. This interface can also be used to include the content of another resource also. It is one of the way of servlet collaboration. So there are two methods defined in request dispatcher interface, forward and include. And you can see the syntax of this one. This one should be small. Public void, forward. Okay. Remember, return type of a method is very important. So it's not going to return anything and it's taking two things, request and response, and it's throwing some exceptions. So what it does, it forward a request from a servlet to another resource. But what include method does, it includes the content of a resource. Like you know, we included the content of HTML. Just like that, you can include the content of JSP or another servlet in the response. So figure you can see forward method. Okay, what is happening in forward method? So here request is generated. Okay, it's going to the servlet one. Okay, and servlet one may generate a response. And what is here response means what? Here response means business logic is applied, and result is calculated, and then it's jumping to what? You are jumping to another servlet or JSP or HTML, okay, by using forward method, and final response is here going to be generated, and the client is able to see this response, final response. What is happening here internal is not going to, and here response is going sent back to the server. And what is happening in include method? You are sending a request here, and what this servlet one is doing, it's including another page, like another page, maybe what response of another servlet or another JSP or another HTML. So you are including it here, you can see, and you can see here final response is going to be generated, and this part is going to be sent. So it's going to be displayed in the graph. One more method, that is a separate concept. Send redirect method. We have seen forward method, we have seen include method, we are going to see send redirect method. Send redirect method is very similar to forward method. Very similar to forward method, but there is a little difference between send redirect and forward method. So let's see this figure first of all. Web container means server, okay? Your top right. So you can see this is client is sending request to the server, so it's going to particular servlet here, okay? And servlet is servlet is having a forward method, okay? So suppose you are going to another servlet, for example view servlet, and from there response is generated. Here in the place of forward, we are using send redirect. So see what is happening. This is request, okay? Request is going to home servlet. Now this home servlet is not using forward method. It's using send redirect method. What is happening? If it's using send redirect, so it's going to send, first of all, see what's happening internally. Just see something like it's using, here send redirect for view servlet. So what is happening? Request is not going here. Okay, if home servlet is using send redirect method to go on view servlet, so directly you are not going to view servlet. What is happening first? First of all, this one is the request is sent to the client first. So you are going to client back, and a new request is going to be generated for view servlet. So this is a completely new request if you are using send redirect, and then response is going to be generated. Can you notice the difference between forward and send redirect? What is happening? See, from home servlet, if you want to go to view servlet using forward, then directly you are going. Internally you are going here. Client is not aware what is happening inside. From home servlet, you will directly jumping to view servlet or view.js. But if send redirect method is used to jump from home servlet to view servlet, then client is completely aware of it. First of all, this processing is done by informing to the client, So resend, when you are applying send redirect method, so it's going to be informed to client first. Okay, and what client is doing? Client is generating a new request for view sublet, and you are going there after. So a level of indirect communication, and then response is going to be generated. So this one is sometimes very useful actually. Okay, like you may use this one is mm, sometimes you are inserting some record in the database. Okay, and what happened that suppose there is a insert button, you clicked one, okay, and once again you clicked one, so two times data is submitted. Okay, so to avoid such type of things, send redirect can be used. Okay, means in the same request you cannot use request. So you'll see that after some time, but right now you should know the difference. So before just see here, we should use forward when accessing resources in the same application. Okay, because it is faster than send redirect method. Which one is faster? Send. Remember, forward method is faster than send redirect. Why? Because if you see it here, if you want to go from here to here using forward, you can go directly. But if you want to go from here to here using send redirect, then first of all, you need to go here, and then you need to go from here to here. So two times request is generated. First request here, and again a fresh request is going to be generated. So definitely it's going to take some time. So we should use forward when accessing resources in the same application because it is faster than send redirect method that requires an extra network call. Okay. In forward, browser is unaware of actual processing. Okay. Resources and the URL in the address bar remain same, whereas in send redirect, URL in the address bar changes to the forwarded resource. So let us see the difference by program. Let me continue now. Now I'm commenting this part. Control C forward slash. And what I'm going to do, here I can write not include phone calculating this phone dot what right send redirect, and I'm going to write something here. What is one word? Although you can go to some another page, but I'm going outside of this application. One of the use application is that one also. Like, see, after doing something, see, imagine a real world scenario. What you want to calculate factorial, okay, and you want to insert this factorial into database. So what you can do after this line, after line number 33, you can connect to database and you can insert this factorial internally. Now, once it's inserted into the database, what you want in the continuation after insertion, you just want to come back to your application and you want to display some other page, or you want to go to some other website, for example google.com. Okay, so for doing all these stuff, what I want to go to google.com. So what I can do, http and something like this, Google dot fine. So after doing all this stuff, I'm redirecting. Redirecting, you know the meaning of redirect. I'm redirecting my page to what? Google. Okay. Now run this. See what is happening. Go back. 5. Here I'm writing something. 7. Notice the URL. This is URL. Okay. Factorial world.html. Now see. Uh, Server did not find a current representation of why it's not find. Uh,
I think you're missing one more forward slash before after HTTP.
Maybe. Yes, there are two so forward slash. Yes, right. You're right. Can you see this? So you started from factorial.html CBS. See the URL, notice factorial.html, and what is the last page? After this, you can see here www.google.com. Now realize in the case of if you comment this part, and suppose I'm uncommenting this part, so see control that. Here something like 4. So factorial.html. Now see the URL after this. What is happening? This one is showing, factorial servlet. This is what? This one is servlet actually. Are you getting me? And what is this? The result is appearing. From where this result is coming? This is final result. This one is coming from result.jsp. This one is coming from this page. So what I want to say? I want to say in the case of forward method, okay, here you cannot know from which page this one is coming. See here. In forward, browser is unaware of actual processing. Means in forward, client doesn't know that you are going where. You are finally going to result.js. Client only knows you are going to factorial servlet. But factorial servlet is forwarding you where? Factorial servlet is forwarding you to result.jsp. So you may be thinking why I'm not getting here result.jsp. This content is not from servlet, remember. This content is from a JSP. But in the case of send redirect method, since request is going back to client, so client knows everything. So here, if I write, if I uncomment this, if I comment this, control this forward slash and control S, go back and here write 8. So from factorial.html, going back to directly what? Response. It's giving you the response. Internally, submit is doing whatever, and it's giving you the final one. Source and destination. You got the difference in URL or not? Please tell me. That is written here.
Yes, got it.
So you can see send redirect is a two-step process. Okay? And in send redirect, web application returns the response to the client with the status code 302. 302 means redirect with URL to send the request. Okay. The request sent is a completely new request. Okay? So see, forward is handled internally by the container. Container means your servlet, whereas send redirect is handled by the browser. We should use forward when accessing resources in the same application because it's faster than send redirect method that require an extra network call. In forward, browser is unaware of actual processing resource and the URL in the address bar remains same. Whereas in send redirect, URL in the address bar changes to the forwarded resource. Okay. Forward cannot be used to invoke a servlet in another context. Another context means I told context means application, remember. So see what I did. I did some calculation and after then I jumped to outside of my application, google.com, something like that. Some another page that was not related with my application. So I'm able to jump with send redirect. But with forward, you cannot move outside the application. You can move only inside your application. You cannot move to yahoo.com or facebook.com using forward method. You must need to use send redirect. There is a good explanation here. So I will send it and you'll get it. So that's all about one. Okay. So if you see this, we have already done this one. Mm, okay. We did this part. I'm commenting this. So forward method, send redirect method, and include method. Control that. Now we are going to discuss another concept, mm, and that is called scope. If you have any query question, you can ask. So a little bit of background is required. One thing I want to create a diagram. Okay. So one thing you can do in between. Mm, I'm sending these two things. Uh, what we did today, I'm sending in chat. Please try this in background, and then after 2-3 minutes, I come. So see, please try this first of all. Everyone gets the chat?
Yes.
Please verify this, okay? Please try. Let me see what I want to do. There should be a better program. So I'm going to share my screen.
So
Yes, yes, tell me.
yeah, so every time we create or make a page, we
Mhm.
add the URL of that page to the XML mapping. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you, but I'm not getting.
Okay, so every time we make, say like, I'm making a HTML file
Hmm.
and I'm calling that HTML file from my in my JSP file.
Hmm.
So what do I do? Do I map the JSP file on XML or the HTML file, the
Mapping,
URL?
mapping is not going to be required. Where, if you share you the screen, I can tell more what you want to do.
Okay, that actually, I ran into an issue before, not right now. So I deleted that project. I would just,
If you want to call a JSP, if you want to call it, so we have already seen. If you want to call a JSP, means from a JSP you want to jump to JSP. Okay. So what you
okay,
need, you just you need to write the name of the JSP. Okay.
okay,
If you simply
okay,
want to do that page, fine. But
okay,
from a servlet to JSP, if you want to go, what you can do. Mm, and if you want to go with some data, so you are writing request dot set attribute, and then you are doing the use of what, request dispatcher.
right.
So if you whatever you did, okay, if you are facing any problem, so we can discuss in a better way. Okay.
Okay, sure, sure.
What
Okay,
what is
I'll
what is what is the issue?
okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank
So we are going to discuss a concept that is called scope. Fine. So what is the first of all, everyone can hear me or not clearly?
Yes.
Okay. So see, just see this program. What this program is doing. Okay. So there are three types of scope. Some people are telling four types of, but I'm telling you, three types of scope. request scope, session scope, and application scope. What is the meaning of this scope? Okay, so see, don't see what is meaning and don't worry about it. This is a program for factorial. Fine, just see this. I'm entering a number, 4. I'm not doing anything. So calculate factorial. Can you see here? The result is 24. Yes. Now I'm doing here 7. Calculate factorial. What I did, first I calculated factorial of 4, then I calculated factorial of 7. Now I'm going to calculate factorial of 8. Now if I ask, what you did previously, can you tell me? What was the factorial of 4 or 8? What you did? Can you tell me what you did previously? And what was the result? Are you able to tell me? Please tell me. Can you do that by this program?
I didn't understand what you were asking.
So what I'm trying to say, right? What you did? First you calculated the factorial of 4, okay. Then you calculated the factorial of 5. Then you calculated the factorial of 6, okay, or 7 or 8, whatever. So latest one is in front of you. What about previous one? Is it lost or not? Please tell me. Is it gone or not? It is gone. Only last response is with you. Previous responses are lost. They are not going to be stored anywhere. One thing. Have you heard the name of, HTTP? Please tell me.
Yes.
HTTP protocol. Anyone having any idea what is the nature of this protocol? See, when we study it, there are a lot of things. HTTPS protocol, and this protocol is what? This is a stateless protocol. What? Stateless protocol. Fine. Stateless protocol. What is the meaning of stateless protocol? The meaning of stateless protocol is, suppose this is a client, okay, and this is the server. So what is happening? That client is sending some request, okay, and server is sending some response. Fine. This is request. This is response. So once response is sent by server is going to forget each and everything. It's not going to remember you. Fine. Who are you? Servlet is not going to remember. So every time this server is going to be treated, okay, suppose this Prabhat or is sending request by using some browser. So every time Prabhat will be treated as a new user. Why? Because for the communication between client and server, HTTP protocol is used and it's a stateless, means it's not going to save the state. Once response is sent by server, it's going to forget each and everything. So what I did, I calculated factorial of 3. So response was sent back. Now it forget everything. 4, it send the response, forget everything. So there is no way to know the previous one. So whatever the latest one you are getting here, okay, previous one you cannot get it by. So if you want to store previous one, what you need to do? You need to use the concept of session. Session is what? Session is an object. Okay, session is an object in which what you are doing, you are storing your information. what the information or result. For example, what you can do, you can store previous number 4 factorial 24. Okay, whenever you are calculating, you are storing it somewhere else also. Okay, factorial of 6, whatever you are storing, and this one is going to be valid till your session is valid. Session valid means what? I think if you do some internet banking, have you realized there is a session going to be created for some time? Hello, hello, hello.
Yes.
Yes.
So, yeah, so when you are doing internet banking, that is a good example of session. What is happening there? For some time, suppose there are various pages on your internet banking. Okay, so you can move to, okay, for adding beneficiary, you can move to this page, then you can move back. Okay, so you can, but you can do all these stuff within a limited time period. Okay, you are free to move between the application within a limited time period. Okay, if you are not doing anything, or if you are idle for some few minutes or few seconds, whatever, then your session is going to be destroyed. What it means? It means that a session is what? An object that is going to be valid for some time period. After that time period, if you are inactive, it's going to be destroyed and it cannot access. Okay? The same concept is going to be applied here. See what I'm doing. See, I am writing here 5. Okay, store in the session. I am going to now 7. Store in the session. Yes, factor. Now 9. Store in the session. Yes, factor. Now see. The recent data is known to me, recent information, but I want to know, since I'm doing my session is valid, okay, by default, I think it's 30 minutes, but you can set timer. So I want to see what I did previously, what I can do. I have created a link, source session data, so click here. Can you see this? What I did previously, number 5, first I calculated, okay, factorial of 5, then 7, then 9. So I'm able to access this throughout my session. Means throughout my session, my information is going to be stored. My data is going to be stored, okay, in a session object so that I can access that. Fine. Now, see, if you log out, what happens? This session is going to be destroyed if log out. So see, I'm clicking log out. See here. So you can see here a message user has been logged out. Now I'm going to see, click here, source session data. Can you see here what happened after logout? Nothing is here. Is it happening or not?
Yes.
So your data is lost. When you lost the session, your data is going to be. So what you are doing here, why you are using, so this is called, session scope. When you are putting your data in session scope, it's going to remain in the session for some time, some limited time. Fine? So that is the concept of session. If it's session, then what is request? You already know the request. In request scope, what is going to happen? For only one request, you can see the data. For example, for particular request, see here, I am writing here 5, okay? I'm not using session scope, and here I am clicking factorial, so I am getting this. What I did, I putted my data, if you see, factorial.php or HTML, if you see here, servlet, factorial servlet. What is this actually? You are putting your data your result, sum or factorial, whatever. Okay. In request scope, so if you are putting your data in request scope, so it's going to be available for only one request only. In the further request, you cannot get it. It will be lost. Right? So that is called request scope. So lifetime is, very less for request scope. So let us see what is it. So you can think request scope is a little bit it's a smaller scope. So it's request scope data is going to be available for only a very short amount of time. Okay, only for a particular request. What about session? If you are putting your data in session scope, then your data is going to be available for a little bit longer time. Okay, means till your session is valid. There is one more scope that is called application scope. That is called application scope. What is happening in application scope? Remember, you want some information to be available throughout your application is running. Fine? For example, suppose there are 100 applications, 100 pages in your application. This one is page 1, this one is page 2, this one is page 3, and what you want? You want to, print your name on every page. Okay. For example, p@gmail.com, something like this. Okay. This one is Control C and Control V, and here Control V. So what you want? On every page of the application, you want, it should contain your email ID, and this should happen till application is running, means it's not shut down. What it means? It means that this information should be presented from the beginning to last in your application. It should not be destroyed. So what you can do, if you want to keep some information available throughout the application, then you can use the application scope. So what is the lifetime of application scope? From the beginning to end of your application, or beginning to end of the program, you can access this email. Okay, anywhere in any page you can access it. If it's in application scope, everyone can access this throughout the application. But in the case of session, it can be accessed for a time period, limited time period. And for request scope, it can be accessed only within a particular request. There is one more, scope. People are saying page scope. So page scope means something that if you are writing here something x equal to 10, then it will be available in that particular page. So this one is happening always. So don't worry about page. We are mainly concerned. Now ask me the question if any confusion in the theory. We will see the practical. Hello. Are you getting something, or just I'm speaking?
Making sense here.
Everyone is getting what we are discussing?
Yeah.
3, 4.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So you realize it, okay? This one is just to put an example. That's why I run this first. So what I want to say? I want to say you already know request. There is no need to discuss request. You have already used it. How to put data in request scope? By using request dot set attribute. And how to get it? If you want to get it, you can get it by using two ways: request dot get attribute and write this key, or you can use dollar. Fine. So there are two ways. Just like that, if you want to put some data in session scope, what you can write here? You need to create a session first, and then you write session dot set attribute. Okay. If you want to put data in application scope, you need to write application dot set attribute and get attribute. Now, what do we do? And once session is destroyed, this one, remember, this program, this one is related with session scope actually. Okay, so don't worry about this first of all. So, what we are going to do? We are going to create this program. Okay, so I'm going to create a separate, program for this so that it should not be confused. So, okay, so file like quickly I can create. Okay, new and dynamic web project, project name, yes, scope, simple, next, next. I'm generating here web.html. The scopes project is generated in a SARC folder. What I'm going to do? See, I have already this one. So, yes, okay. I'm going to copy this, copy, and then SARC Java resource, copy this, and I'm not going to discuss, request. You already know what is request. So particularly, I want to discuss, session scope. So I'm going to copy, session back session dot csv, session data control B, and where is it? Content. Control C. Session dot. First of all, I'm closing all the stuff so that there should not be any confusion. So this is my program, okay, scope program. Let us see what it is. First of all, I have created a JS file that is session.js. Now, and one more. I'm commenting this, okay, since this one is not related with session scope. So see, I have commented this, so it should not be any confusion. Okay. Body, okay, and style. So this one is simple HTML. Okay. Now, this is program for factorial, remember. You already know this, right? So I'm creating a form action, and where it's going? It's going to session servlet. What session servlet is doing? This is a factorial form, okay? Form. This is a factorial form, and on factorial form in the last, I have written this one. I want to print the result on the same form. So what I'm doing? In my servlet, I have written some set attribute pnum, and factorial pnum is doing what? It's containing factorial result. So here I can write request.get attribute. So on the same page I can get that. Right? Now, what I have done here, I have created a hyperlink. For what? Hyperlink for logout. If I click on logout, so it should call a servlet session logout, which is responsible for logging out. Okay, means it will destroy the session. I have created another link here, and it will be source session data. If I click on source session data, it will call source session data dot JSP, and this JSP will be responsible for giving me all the numbers and their corresponding factorial. Okay. Now, see, when I click this, when I submit this form, here it will go. It will go to session servlet. So where is the session servlet? Go to servlet, com.servlet, session servlet. Actually, session servlet is the URL pattern, but the actual, actual servlet should be what? Session factorial servlet. So you can verify this. Go to web.inf, web.xml. I think I have not copied it. So go to web.xml and do one thing. What is the name of this one? This is session servlet, right? Where is session servlet? This one is the session servlet. Okay. So copy this session servlet. Control C, and where is your web.xml? This is session servlet. Where it's going? It's going to session factorial servlet. So where is session factorial servlet? This is your session factorial servlet. So it's calculating, some means fact. Okay, that is the same thing. Request dot get parameter. Okay. So I have created a checkbox. Okay, so that see, a little bit you need to know more things. Control A. First of all, I'm going to run this. Then you can realize. Session.jp, run this, run and run on server, next, remove all, finish. Okay. You can see. So what I want? I don't want everyone to be stored in the session. If I 5 and if I'm clicking here, it will be stored. Okay, this is what? This is called checkbox. Okay, then calculate factorial. If I'm writing it and here, okay, so it's calculated. Okay, and source session data. If I'm not clicking on checkbox, it's not going to be stored. So this code is written where? This code is in the session.js. Okay, so you can see here, if you see, for this store in session, so input type equal to checkbox. Okay. And what is the name of the checkbox? Store. And if it's checked, its value will be what? Its value will be yes. If it's not, that will not be yes. So now see, when you submit the form with checking something, okay, or clicking this checkbox, what is going to happen? So first of all here, you know, number is collected, whatever the number 4, 5, so factorial is calculated here. Now, what is happening? Request dot get parameter what? This is name of the checkbox store. Okay, so if it is checked, you are getting what? You will be getting value here. Yes. Okay. Now, so if yes dot equals ignore case store means whatever you got from the UI, yes, if you got it and it is yes, so you are comparing it to what? You are comparing it with yes. So equal ignore case means it's not going to compare. It's not going to differentiate between small and capital letter. Just one second. See, so if you click the check box, then it will be yes. Okay, so you are comparing with the value. That if it is yes, then I want to store that value in the system. So see what I'm doing. First of all, I'm going to create a session for the user. So how can I do that? So there is a method, request dot get session method. Okay, so it's going to give you a session. So and so here I am writing, and that session is of type HTTP session. Fine. So HTTP session equals to the session will be created now. This one is a little bit, maybe confusing for you first time. So let me explain it. This part, control C, here it's pen, control C. Okay. So here you have created a session. Now, so session is what? And session is an object. So you think like this. This is session object, something like this. Okay. This is session object, which is going to contain data. What I want, which type of data I want to put. See, I want some data like this. What is the number and what is the corresponding value? What will be factorial? 2. Number 4. What will be the factorial? 24. Okay. 6. What will be factorial? So, X, Y, Z. So if you realize, there are two things. This is number corresponding factorial. So this is something like key or not? Please tell me. This is something like key and this is something like value. Fine. So I want to store key value pair. So can I use a map? Please tell me. Please tell me. So see, in the session object, I can put another object, and that will be what? That will be a map. Okay, and that map is going to contain what? That map is going to contain some key value pair, something like. Okay, so remember, there is nothing inside. All take it out, otherwise you will be confused. Control and control. So see, there is nothing in the session object right now, but but Java doesn't know it. I know it since I have created. Okay, but Java doesn't know it. So what is happening that see, I have created a session. Now I am telling that hey session object, give me map data. Okay, and what is map data? Map data, I am telling that give me map data, and map data is basically what? Map data is pointing to a map. But the question is, at the very first time, is there any value here in the session? What session will do? If session is not having anything, whatever you are asking for it, what session will do? Session dot get attribute, you are writing here map data, but map data is not in the session right now. Is it in the session? Tell me yes or no. No, it's not in the session. So what it will give you? It will give you nothing. It will give you null. Remember, okay? If you are asking to session something which is not present, it will give you what? It will give you. So you are asking that give me a map data, which is variable, which is what? Which is basically a map that is containing string, but it's not there actually very first time. So what is going to happen? It will give you null. Now I am telling if it is null, whatever I am getting, I am going to store in map data. Now I am telling if the data I am getting is null, then what you need to do? Create a new linked hash map. See, here you can write hash map also. But why I have taken linked hash map? Because order should be maintained. First I created factorial of 2, so 2 should be there first, okay? And then 3, then 5. So order should be maintained. That is simple. So what I'm doing? I'm creating a new or empty linked hash map, okay? And it's going to be indicated by map data. And then what I'm doing? Session dot set attribute. I'm putting this map data to what in the okay, map data key, and here map data itself is value. What is happening here? I have created a map here. You can see control A. I have created a map, okay, and in the session, what I am doing? Map data. This one. What is the name of this one? This one is map data. This one is known by what? This one is known by uh, map. Okay. So first time this one is going to be happen. If I'm getting null, okay, so I'm creating a new hash map, okay, and I'm setting it in what? I'm putting this in session object. And if I write map data, I will get now. After this, now I have this one. What I am doing after doing this? Map data dot put num. Num means here I have already got num, and this is corresponding factorial I have calculated. Okay, this is result actually. So what is num? Suppose num is initially true. So what I'm going to put num and its corresponding result. What is the factorial of 2? 2. Fine. Next time. See, next time what is going? This is going to be happen first time. Next time what will happen? Again request will come here. See, result will be calculated here previously factorial, then you will come to this one. It's going to happen. Request dot get session. Okay, so yes, session is already there, so you get it. Now, if you see this map data, you are telling that hey, give me map data. So if you tell me give me map data, session dot get attribute. So this is key map data, so you will be get the same thing. Okay. So is it null? Please tell me. Is map data null?
No.
No, it's not null. So what is going to happen? Map data is not null, so these lines are not going to be executed. Means this one is not linked hash map is not going to be created every time. Only first time it's going to be created when it's null. So second time this is not going to happen. What is going to happen? This line means map data dot put. Suppose you entered 3 previously, so put 3 and it's factorial what? It's factorial 3. Next time, suppose you entered 4, so again this one is not going to be executed and 4 is going to be putted here, and then 4 into 3 into 2, it will be 20. And this is what? This is session now. So I'm putting my information. Battery is getting out this one. Okay. So see, map data dot put this one. Now, what my name? Once I'm done, okay, then what I want. After doing this, you know, I want to display this result. Means, so what I will do? I want to display this result in not here, not in servlet, on some other page. So what I will do? I will use a request, you know, dispatcher, and I will send this object. This object is what? Information and result. So I'll send this object to on that page and I will extract the information. What I'm doing, see. So first of all, see, request dispatcher session dot JSP. Okay. So I'm getting what? I'm getting a request dispatcher of, you know. So see, I'm not directly going to display data. I'm going back to what? I'm going to this page, same page again, and on that page, what is going to happen? See, for going to session.jsp, I'm using these two things. Okay. Now, there will be a link on session.jsp, and if I click on session.jsp link, see here, where is session.jsp? Source session data. Okay. So what I will do, if I click on this one, I will go to say source session data.jsp, and in source session data.jsp, what I will do, I will access this information. Till session is valid, I can access this object on every page, remember. Are you getting me? So this will be available to every page. So What is happening here? See. Mm, see. If you see this 3 here, what is happening? 6. Here 6, what is happening? 720. Here 7, what is happening? So, what is happening? After doing all this stuff, I am coming back to using request dispatcher. I am coming back to this page again. Okay. Now, after coming on this page, what I'm going to do, I'm clicking source session data. So source session data dot so let us see source session data dot how to access that information. So see, first of all, what I want to print my data in tabular format. So you know the table tag, see table tag and first row, serial number, num factorial. So see, this one is hard coded. Okay, serial number, num factorial. This one is going to be printed first. Okay, now in source session data.jsp, see how can I? Right now, you are not aware with some JSTL tags. So how to access, map is session is what? Session object is a Java object. Okay. So you need to write some Java code to access that. Remember, if you want to put Java code in HTML, either it's not a good practice, but right now we don't have any other option. So what you can do, if you want to put Java code, you can use this sign. This is called Scriptlet. Okay. So Java code always should be written within this one in JSP. Now, first of all, this object should be available or not? Should be available. This object means what? Map data. In session, what I have? In session, I have map data object key. And map data is containing all this. So this one should be available or not? So what I will do? I will write session dot get attribute map data. So I will get this. So see here. What I am writing here? Session dot get attribute and map data. So what it's going to do? It's going to give me a map. Okay, it's going to give me map. So this is actually this one is returning object. So you need to cast it to map. So map of what? String. So this one is going to give you a map. Okay, map of what? If you want, you can write a linked hash map also. But I told left hand side interface name should be used. Okay? So it's going to give you map data. You can write here any other variable name, but to avoid the confusion, I am writing map data itself. Fine. You can write anything. So if I write map data, I'll be getting this one. I'll be getting this one. Fine. Now, if map data is not null, means it's not empty, then what I'm going to do? Do you know how to iterate a map? If you remember entry set method, call entry set map data dot entry set, and it's going to give you a set of what? Rows or entries. And here I have written count equal to 0. So forget it first of all. How to iterate? For loop, and here you are writing actual, okay, number of rows, and in left hand side it's type of what? One row is represented by map dot entry. So it's going to contain one row, map dot entry, and here you are writing variable rows. Now it's fine. Java code is over. I want to embed some HTML code actually. So what you can do? I want to start, a new row. One row is over. Okay. So till now we have not see. I have started here, iterating, but after iteration I put it in a row. So for row I need to write tr td tag. So here I am writing tr, okay, and then td, okay, one row td td, means three columns. So see, since tr is tr td or html, so what I need to do within this scriptlet I cannot write tr td or any html, so that's why I'm closing it, and then I'm writing this one tr td, and I want to print count for serial number. So initially count is 0, so it's 1, next time it will be 2, next time it will be 3, and see how we'll get the key and value. One row is known by here row dot get key and row dot get value. So it will be printed in the column in TD. Okay. You already know this. You have seen this. Now this one is done. Now I want to close this Java. Okay. So I have written this one, and I have put it. My Java code is complete. So a little bit tedious task, if you are mixing Java and HTML, okay, so it becomes complex. That's why we are not preferring this one in JSP. This is called scripting. So scripting is not preferred, but right now we don't have any option since we have not learned JSP. Okay, now table is going to be closed here. Form. Okay, after then I have closed form. So what is going to happen? See what I did in the session. I have this one, so I took this one from the session by session dot get attribute. I got this, okay, and after getting this, I iterated this by map.into interfaces, and I displayed it in a tabular format after extracting the data. Right? So I'm doing this. So you can see serial number none, 1, 2, 5, whatever. Now, if I click log out, log out is, if I click on log out, the log out sublet should be called. So where is log out sublet? Log out sublet is session destroy sublet. Copy this, copy, and here. Here is sublet. So it's going to call, session destroy sublet. So click this, log out. Oh, it's not there. So where is web.xml? Session log out, session log out, session destroy sublet. So for this, there should be a mapping. So copy this, Control C, and here in web.xml, your web.xml, write the mapping for session destroy sublet. Fine, you already know this. Now you need to restart up here. Not reflected. 4, 7, session data, fine. Log out. Oh. Web.xml is modified actually. It's creating some issue. Log out form dot submit dot session destroy submit. Okay. Okay, I think I need to restart. session.php, run it, then we'll see what is it. Four, then five. In between, if you ask the question, you can ask. I know something is confusing, okay, but when you practice 2-3 times, you will come to know what it is. Okay, now see what is happening. If I am clicking on log out, what is happening? Nothing is happening. So log out subnet first to be, let us see this session log out. So session log out, request dot set attribute, user has been log out from, and where you are going to session dot JSP, okay, and on session dot JSP, what I have written. Here I can write this. Control E and write this one. Control E, control E. This message, okay. I was not printing this. If you click on log out, it should be printed. User has been logged out from the application. How I did it? Go to session.jsp and I just wrote application message. What is this application message? See what happened. I called session destroy subnet. So in request scope, I have written this is key application message. This is the key. And what is the value? User has been logged out. So if I write this key in any page, I will get what? I will get this one. So in session.jsp, what I have written dollar application message. So this is key. So what I will get here? I will get the value. You already know this. So session destroy civil subnet. Let us see this. How to destroy the session. So this is session destroy servlet and this extends, HTTP servlet. You already know. And see, HTTP session equals to request dot get session false. What it's going to do? It's not going to give you a new session. Okay. If there is some old session, it's going to give you. Okay. So you are telling here if any old session is existing means it's not null. Then what you need to do, just invalidate. Means session destroy the session, and after destroying the session, in request scope, I have put this message, application dot message, and where I'm going to session dot JSP, because on session dot JSP, I want to print user has been logged out. So in session.jsp, if I write dollar application message, I will get this info and session will be destroyed. And if you click after destroying the session, if you click social session data, so there is no data in the session, so you will get this one. So this one is all about session scope. Hello everyone. How many people are getting this? Something you are getting or nothing you are
Yeah,
getting?
I think once we start writing the code back now,
1%, 1%.
yeah, I think once we start getting writing the code back there, I think we'll have more.
I told in the beginning. Hello, Rajesh. Are you saying something? Rajesh, are you saying something?
Hi, Prabhat. This is Nisha.
Yes, yes.
I have a question. Can you go back to the hash map when you initialize the hash map?
Mm, 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 mm. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so when you are initializing the map data,
This is not hash map. This is another kind of map. This is linked hash map.
linked hash
Very.
map, yeah.
This is very similar to that. Okay.
Yeah. So in line number 33,
Mm,
so when you are uh, doing session.get attribute map data,
mm,
so when the line execute for the first time,
mm.
then it will look for the map data in the session. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, yes.
So it will just return out the null object. It will just return out the null object, right?
See, yes, it will give you null. Since there is nothing like map data in session,
Okay.
so it's not going to throw any exception, any error. Okay, it will tell you null. No, no, I don't have that. Whatever you are asking.
And we are typecasting that into a map of string and string.
Yes, basically when session dot get attribute map data when you are writing it, okay, so it's going to return what? It's going to return you know mm, a normal object, okay, but what it should be of type. It should
Oh,
be of
okay.
type
So
that
that
object
the
type
so
map.
that
Hmm.
so that's the second time when it returns a map data, we can just we know it's a type of linked hash map, correct?
Yes, 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 yes,
Okay,
yes, yes.
thank you.
This is hmm. First you thought about this one, okay, then you wrote this, okay, intelligently this code is written actually. Anushka, are you getting something?
Yes.
So this one, so see, this one was a little bit confusing or little bit complex, okay. Uh, but remaining things, you have already seen request scope, okay. So request scope is easier, okay. Application scope is also much easier. So we'll see that one tomorrow. But for today, I think it's more than sufficient. What I need to do, again, is here or not? Let me check. Again. Okay, so anyone having any query, any question, think about it, then we'll do further. Okay, so what I want, if you are having some time, okay, I don't want to mix, application scope. First of all, one thing. So one thing I'm doing, to Send it to you. Okay, can we take a 5-minute break? Then we'll be back. Fine. Hello, everyone.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Everyone, please take yes, please take a 5-minute break. Then we'll be back again and we'll see what to do. Hmm?
Hello, guys. Hello. Anybody here? Or everybody on the break?
Yes, I can hear.
Oh, Pravat, yeah. I have my uh, Tomcat giving a problem like a warning message. It says an illegal reflective access operation has occurred.
Can you share your screen?
Okay.
The FA is gonna come after you now.
I guess so. I need to hide now, right? Yeah. Are you able to see that? Anybody having the same issues on any Mac guy? It's working fine yesterday.
Just 1 minute. I have sent a link. Can you? Many people can try to download this scope program immediately.
Oh, you mean
So
okay.
only concerned side are SRC and web content. Fine.
Mhm.
Okay. So Amrit, what is the issue now? Tell me.
Yeah, the issue is like my server Apache Tomcat is saying like warning and illegal reflective access operation has occurred.
No,
And
what
it
you were
was
doing? Close this. When this problem came, I want to know what
yeah.
you did.
Once I start like let's say if I want to start my Apache,
First of all, close this 9.0.
okay, let
I
me
want,
close this.
want to see from the beginning. So close whatever you have opened, just close, okay?
Okay,
Close in front of me and
let me
then
close everything.
close. Remaining people, please download this program, this scope program, and try to do, on your system. So only
Yeah,
relevant files are, web content and SRC. And yes, web content and SRC. Fine. No, Eclipse is, hello, Amrit.
yeah,
I think Eclipse is already installed on your system.
yeah. It's already installed, and I have installed Apache too. But the Apache server is saying
What
a
Apa-
warning message.
why you are doing Apache? It's already Tomcat was not there.
Tomcat I already installed it, and it was working fine till yesterday. And today, once I run the server, it says a warning message, like the error message or something.
No, so why you are installing? Just show me. Okay, I want to first of
Okay,
all I
let me show you. And on terminal, it doesn't say anything.
you are installing Eclipse also. So why first of if you keep many Eclipse, many Tomcat, it will create problem. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Okay. Close this
Okay.
one.
And see the server. If I want to start the server, it gives a error message.
What? Okay.
Um,
Okay. No. That is not. So why you are just do one thing. Click OK.
Okay.
Click OK. Do one thing. Double click. 1 minute. Give me the control. Okay. Ports here you can see there are ports options. Okay. There are 3 ports why it's showing. Okay. One thing I'm going to do. Can you take control and can you edit it here?
Okay, what do you mean?
Yes. Increment it by 1. 8081. Do second one on.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
No. Second one I told.
Oh, second one.
No, don't do a random thing. What was previously it was? 806.
Same, yeah, 8006.
Here 8081. Keep it 8081. Okay. Now save it. Control S.
Mm-hmm.
Now try to restart.
See the warning message like illegal reflective access occurred.
Sorry, auto warning message running. Starting coverage. Fail to restart.
I might have open on terminal, so you want me to close from the terminal?
Close it. First of close this tab. Close this.
Close Eclipse.
No, not Eclipse. Whatever opened in middle, result.html, tomcat9, close all these stuff. Yes, close all these files. One minute, give me control, let me check what is happening. I'm not able to take control. Don't do anything. Don't do anything. If you do something, then I cannot able to take control.
Oh, I'm not doing anything.
It's not showing option. Okay, can you increase this, I want to see this console read error caused by, I want to read it.
You want me to increase that? How to do that?
No, I told I want to see, I want to read error.
Oh, okay. And illegal reflective.
No, I cannot see whole screen actually. It's
Okay,
so
just
small.
give me a second. What's going on?
Click on this one.
Should I open it again?
Close this outline in the right hand side. I can see outline. Close this. Okay.
Oh, outline.
Close this. Why? What is the need of this? Close this. Unnecessary. Open any project. Which one was previously running? Open that.
Yeah, this is the one. Simple login.
So run it. Next. Finish. Okay. 1 minute. Don't do anything.
Okay.
Mm. No, I think it.
See, there was the opposite Tomcat was stopped or something. It was saying when we try to run it.
Hey, Pravat,
Yes.
can I try to help him?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you go on the project you want to run and right click on it,
No, your headphone is creating issue. Always use some better quality headphone. What you are asking, I'm not able to get it. Right? Can you speak a little bit?
can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but okay, tell me.
Yeah, right click on the project you want to run. Right click on it.
This one?
Yeah, whichever project you want to run. And then properties,
Mm-hmm.
and then you go to the Java build path. In the fifth, I think. Um,
It's already selected actually. 9.0 it's taking here. Okay.
if you select the Apache Tomcat, yeah, and then apply it. Let's see this.
Do it next thing. No, no. It was already there. Actually, clean this project. Okay, clean and rebuild. Where is your Apache Tomcat? Do you know where is it? Location. It's 9.05. Okay, close this, close this, close this. Close. Can you clean your project? First of all, clean. Go to project and clean. No, no, not like that. You are forgetting. Go to project tab. Go to project tab. No, 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 no. Can you see Eclipse, file, edit, navigate, search, project on the top, run, window? Right, right. Read all the things. Can you see project tab? Go right. Yes. Can you see clean? Go down. Remember this. This is very, you need this. Click here. What is clean on project? Okay, it's fine. You can select, you can clean on project. Can you give me control? Okay, don't do anything. What is it? Sometimes it's corrupted also. But I don't think that it. Oh, man, taking control is very serious stuff. Oh, you can create a new project. Simply just create a sublet immediately. Let us see that. Remaining people are. Hello, Anushka, can you hear me?
Sir.
Have you downloaded the program?
Which one?
I have sent the link,
Not yet.
Google Drive link. Have you not seen this?
No, I just got the notification, but I'll download it right now.
Who downloaded this one? No one?
I got it. It's working for me.
I did it. Yeah.
This is
First of all, please try to run this. Your first job is to run this program. And run means what? You need to create a separate program and you need to copy the file. Okay? Create a separate project and copy the files from, SRC, web content, and run it. I will come back. So now, is it created? No, just create a simple one. Why you are doing it? I just want to test it. So just create any servlet immediately. You don't take time. New servlet and just create and run it. Write the name. I'm always telling class name should be started with capital letter, but you people are not following. So definitely, if you do some, if you join some organization, and then it will be difficult. Just run it. Next. No, 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 no. You are not following. You are not following how to do this. Always follow. Next. Always do next. Always do next. See, after them you can see, read it. Don't do blindly anything. Configured, simple login. So remove all. Click remove all. And then finish. Now it's showing your project. Restart resource. Yes. Okay. Okay. Fail to start. Okay. Why fail to start? And now we can read this. Okay. Stretch it to the full screen. Your error. Maybe some problem with your Tomcat. I think. I don't know what you did. Go up. Go up. Very first line. Start from where I want to see problem. Go up. No, go down, go down. Java dot util dot 1 minute. Fail to start. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Child container fail to start component caused by people life cycle fail to start component. That is the problem with Tomcat. Okay, close this. Go down a little bit more. Go down a little bit more. No.
Prabhat, what we have done for them today?
Scope.
4 scope.
Request session. Okay. Application will see that. First of all, they are trying to do it.
Okay. I'll take the decision tomorrow.
Okay. No.
So I hope they have enough thing to do in your hand, right?
Yes. They need to
They were
practice.
able to do the yesterday stuff, which I had done yesterday. They were able to do it. So क्या problem है? Who's this?
Yes. This is a problem of Tomcat.
Control नहीं ले सकते क्या? Can you give me the control, please? जल्दी से ले करो. Let's move it. मिल गया सर. No. Hey, who's controlling him? I or you?
No, I'm not controlling.
नहीं उससे पूछ रहा हूँ. नहीं मैं कर पा रहा हूँ सर.
Amrit, can you hear?
I'm hearing you. Nagendra is controlling.
एक सेकंड बस हो जाएगा फिर. मैजिक करते हैं. The main resource. लेफ्ट में भी नहीं जा रहा ना. क्या है? इलीगल आर्गुमेंट. ये है मेटा डेटा. चलो ठीक है. Okay, cool. So which project you are running? This wala?
Yeah, I mean, none of the project is running. Server has when I try to start the server, it said it's stopped, and it gives a warning message.
Server का तो issue नहीं है. It is issue is something like Eclipse plugin. यार कोई नहीं. Let's try. The problem is coming in all the projects.
Yeah.
Let's add the Tomcat. You know where Tomcat is?
Yep.
So we go. हम लोग Tomcat भी सब ना 12 यूज करते हैं ना, वो भी प्रॉब्लम है. Which version of Tomcat you have? 9, 8?
9.
बाप रे. देख रहे हो इसमें दो जी आ रही है ना.
Yeah.
जो मैक में you should have one, पता नहीं कौन सा यूज कर रहे हो यार.
I think it's 12.
Probably 8 भी है आपके पास. You have 8 and 12 both. So that could be a reason. ऐसा एक ही रखो. My bad luck, good luck. इसके बाद तो एक बार क्लीन करना बनता है यार. प्रोजेक्ट में बिल्ड क्यों नहीं हो रहा है. Mirror is coming. No, I'll tell you. Yeah, 3 rap treble. इसको तुम लेफ्ट में ले आ सकते हो क्या ये वाला caused by वाला. Can you go to the right? इधर इधर हम लोग राइट नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. इधर जाओ राइट में जाओ राइट में राइट. I just want to see. रुक जाओ. अब ये कैलकुलेटर डॉट फैक्टोरियल इज नॉट. यही है प्रॉब्लम. दो जगह एक तरीका है. इसको छोटा करो कंसोल को. कैलकुलेटर दो टर्म के रखे हो ब्रो. This could be also problem. हट जाता है. ओहो एरर आने लगी. होस्ट डिलीट हो गया. ओके वेरी नाइट. क्या है कहाँ तक है अभी. बस गिर गया क्या होस्ट. Stubagru. What error is coming? Oh, index.jsp. Oh, see problem. You just restart the Eclipse.
Mhm.
Who's this? Just restart it.
Ambit. Yeah.
You started. Take a second. It's going to start. I'm coming in a 2 minutes. Just coming.
For sure. Mhm.
Anushka, your program is working.
Yes.
So you can see that, okay, whatever we discussed, and if any confusion, you can ask. I'm here. And if anyone is having any issue in installing MySQL or any issue, so Nagend is also here, so you can discuss here. You can share your screen, especially Mac people, because Mac is creating most of the time problems in installing and configuring MySQL.